folks, we got a nice, interesting battle here today. I'm going to be in my Atago, and I actually have to give a bit of a heads up on this one. It's War Guy 123505. It was got a bit of a motivation here for me to upload this. Let's see what we got, and here we go. Now, I'm not exactly sure what he meant by Pink Squad, but yeah, they're in a they're in a division of just destroyers. Now, what's kind of weird over here is they've actually got an Atago in a division by itself. I'm assuming that he probably went ahead and loaded up without their teammates, but let's see what we got. I'm not quite sure if that was a bit of an update that was done to the game, but for some reason this Atago seems to look a little more crisp, I guess you could say.
Enemy force detected.
Although you can kind of notice the level of detail fluctuating in and out as details in the ship become visible and whatnot. Anyways, me and a cruiser. Let's see what we got around me. I got a Hipper, and I've got a Bedovny, or I'm going to say Buddy, and a Hatsuharu over here. Now, oddly enough, I'm in a Tier 8 battle, and we have a Tier 6 destroyer and a cruiser over here on my side. Let's see. Now, we do have a Ranger on both teams, and, well, let's just say I'm not a fan of that. This cruiser's not exactly the best thing for anti-air. Now, it looks like a good chunk of their team is actually heading towards Charlie and Bravo. It does look like a couple of battleships and I do believe a cruiser heading over towards Alpha. Now, I momentarily spot a ship, but when I fired, it had just happened to go away about that point in time, and I fired into the island. Now, that doing so actually spotted me to that battleship at the range, and the other cruiser. Now, their Tirpitz managed to take out our Ashigara over on Alpha. I'm assuming that Tirpitz was one of the ones going into it, as there's only a cruiser certainly right now on Alpha. Now, we only have a battleship, a destroyer, and a cruiser on that side. I don't know if that would be a good match or not. Now, the Atago is actually not a really bad ship. I mean, it does have 40,000 health, and it does have 8-inch guns. Now, it's actually, I'm not quite sure. It might not have 8-inch guns. Don't quote me on that, folks. The Atago is basically an upgraded Myoko. However, I do believe it does have 6-inch guns. Now, open up on that New Mexico over there, Cam Valkanov. And their Gneisenau is on this way over here as well. As well as an Atago that's actually shielded by the island at the moment. Now, I'm firing HE at this battleship here. And I managed to land a few hits. Not enough to get a killing blow, but at that kind of angle, though, and a range, I guess you could say, the AP from this from this cruiser, it's just not going to do anything to him. Now, the Buddy, the Buddy, he managed to take out the New Mexico. And this Atago is starting to come around. Now, I do open up on him, as all I have loaded at that moment was AP. I mean, HE. I do manage to set him on fire with the last salvo. And the Gneisenau is, I do believe, dead. The Colorado managed to set him on fire and kill him. I'm not sure if he had eaten some torpedoes or if it was just a combination of fire from multiple vessels. But just a moment ago, he was not exactly in a position of being dead, so... Oh, and our hipper is in a bit of a spot here. He's taking fire from this Cleveland over here as well as this Atago. I don't think he actually survives this little encounter, but... There's Atago here, just barely missing the torps. However, there are inbound torpedoes inbound. Now, I had swapped to AP as I had a flat side to him to fire on. I don't believe any of these torps get the hipper, but yeah, he's not going to survive this battle, if I remember correctly. Oh, and torp planes coming in. They may have the Atago. I do believe they've got him. And I was wrong. Of course, it didn't matter. The Baron decided to delete him out for us. Now their Cleveland over here is battling out and sending rounds in on our hipper. At this point, I'm opening up on the Cleveland. Doing everything I can to maneuver as best I can while providing as much fire support on this Cleveland to get his attention off our hipper. Now, to do something a bit stupid here, I go ahead and turn broadside on to this cruiser. That's never a smart move in any ship. But I felt it would be worth it, and it wasn't, as you can see me doing an overpin and a bounce. Now, I'm not exactly certain why I went ahead and popped sonar and I popped my surveillance aircraft. As well, at the time I kind of thought that there was a destroyer that might be in the area, but it's no guarantee. I mean, the sonar is only going to detect them at a short range, about 3.5 kilometers usually. Oh, and the Cleveland gets a small little doozy of a hit on me. Now I fire another spread of torpedoes at him. All while hitting him with main battery guns. Oh, and the Colorado deletes him. I'm not getting any kills this match, am I? Now, oddly enough, their destroyers are not really being... I guess you could say aggressive. Their destroyers are all hiding around Alpha. Now, I'm sure that they're probably dropping torps. I mean, as you can see over here by our Magi over here, they do have torps in the water. But, you know, for destroyers, I've seen some better battles. Of course, then again, I usually die. And if you can see the chat, my this battle was actually about 4 o'clock in the morning or so, and I couldn't see straight for nothing. And this Baron, he's about to eat a whole lot of torps. At which point I go ahead and set him on fire, and let's see if we can keep it going. He puts it out, I set him back on fire, but as he had used the repair ability, it immediately extinguishes the flames. And it's about this point in time I start noticing that I've got the Baron's attention. And I open up on Jaeger in the Akatsuki. Apparently I'm having trouble speaking English today, even though that's not English. A good solid hit on the aft section of that destroyer. Am I going to get another chance to fire? Nope. Watching the rounds as it goes in, but it misses. Now the Baron over there is actually kind of running, you could say. Now I go ahead and push into A to take the cap away from him. Actually, I take that back. I have not made it into A yet. I am in Bravo, and we have already capped at Bravo, and I am not paying attention. Thank you. Nice. The New Mexico is actually in a bit of a pinch over here on the port side. The New Mexico is also bad off, and here's this destroyer's torpedoes. Now, one thing to point out, if I had continued on course and heading, those would have nailed me. "66 shells fired and not a single kill." And our Hipper and the Hatsuharu managed to take out the Baron over on the other side. Now it's down to just 3 destroyers and a battleship. One of these wonderful destroyers I have beat the living tar out of, and he's almost dead. Now our Amagi is actually almost dead, but he manages to take out the Tirpitz. However, our Amagi is taking damage. I don't know if that's fire damage, or if he is being fired upon, or if he's taking flooding damage. And our Amagi is down. He had taken flooding damage. I do believe he had been torped by one of the destroyers. But their team, if you have if you've been watching chat a little bit, they have been kind of raping on these 3 destroyers. Now, these destroyers kind of stayed together for most of the match and didn't really go off of Alpha all that much. But and there goes Jaeger. Now, see, folks, looking at the chat, this is why Wargaming removed chat from World of Tanks. And God hoping they won't do the same to warships. And that's going to be match. Remember, folks, if you enjoyed the show, if you will, give me a like and a subscribe, and until next time.